night and I could not sleep. So I decided to wake up and come and do a live stream. So I'm going to talk about the high cost of living. Like things are really tough for many people. And how do you overcome such situations? And right now, the crime rate is growing. Weird things are happening in this world. And I wanted to ask, with all these things happening, should we say it's because of the high cost of living, or people are just turning really bad? And I'm finding, I don't know, people are less compassionate anymore. They are less compassionate. So, shall we blame it on the high cost of living? Welcome, welcome, guys. So, this is a live stream. So, I'm not sure if I'm going to I'm going to leave this video on, or I'm just going to unlist it. It just depends. Yeah, but I just wanted to talk about what's happening in this world where things are hard. Like some people, they are going to bed without food. And I truly believe, in this world, there's enough there's enough resources for everyone. But you will find only a few people, like I don't know what the percentage is, like 3% of people, like the wealthy, they have enough to circulate and help others. And it amazes me that, especially in Africa, countries that have minerals, countries that have gold, lithium, they've got everything. But you will find in those African countries, there are children who are not going to school. And I always wonder, like, why can't we be compassionate? Especially people who can afford. Like, I truly believe, especially for Zimbabwe, I truly believe that every village should have clean water. Every village should have like boreholes. But that's not the case. Like, how does a country that has a lot of resources have so much poverty? Sometimes I pray and say, God, touch the hearts of the people who have, so that they can help those who are without. Like when I think about my country, Zimbabwe, there should be free education, especially if you consider all the minerals and everything. You know, let's just be compassionate. So this high cost of living, it can be avoided. Honestly, it can be avoided because some people, they are really struggling. And do you know there are some children who do not go to school because the parents cannot afford, let me see, $50, which is really sad. So, what I'm to say is, I had somebody who was saying, your situation you're in right now, you're struggling, and they are saying, don't blame the government, don't blame the economy. So my question is, who do we blame? Hello, hi. Who is this one? Hey, Avind. All right. Okay, guys, I'm just talking about the high cost of living, how people are struggling out there. And as a as people, how do we help each other? So for me, if I could help everyone with money, but I can't. But what I can bring is to just give people ideas on what to do to sustain themselves. Because you cannot rely on the government. Somebody actually said no one is going to, no one is coming to save you. If you are relying on the government, social services to come and rescue you, for me, that was a harsh statement. Like, no one is coming to rescue. You have to rescue yourself. And then, while we are talking about high cost of living, like, I gotta tell you, I'm in Canada, right? And people just don't realize how tough this country is. I'm not complaining, but what I'm saying is the economy right now is tough for most people. So if the government is not coming to save me, or my neighbor, if my neighbor is not coming to save me, how do I sustain myself? Right? So if no one is coming to save you, what can you do? But I gotta say, in this day and age, I know things are tough and everything, but there are so many resources, and I believe as long as you have a phone and Wi-Fi, you can do YouTube videos and get paid, right? Gone are the days whereby you needed a lot of money to start making money, right? To start a business. But now, these platforms, they are paying people money to produce content. So what I'm saying is, no one is coming to save you. And don't rely on other people to come and rescue you, especially financially. You have to be resourceful. You have to be resourceful. Somebody was saying, it's not lack of money that is causing you to struggle, it's the lack of resourcefulness. If you are resourceful, do you know what? You will start bringing the right people, things will just happen. So don't get stuck because you don't have money. And I always say, to be honest, to start a business, you don't need money. You need an idea and a belief. So when you have an idea and a belief, and you act upon your idea, you are going to attract the right people. So my recommendation for you is, don't wait to have money for you before you can do anything. Why am I saying this? I on YouTube, I watch a lot of videos of founder stories, because I'm always curious. Like, these billion dollar companies talk about Honda, the car, talk about Amazon. I'm always curious to know, how did they start? So guys, most of these billionaires right now, they started with nothing in terms of finances. What they started with was an idea. So if you are really struggling and the high cost of living is affecting you, before you even talk about the money to start a business, you need to have an idea. What is it you want to do? I remember when I was reading the story of the founder of Honda, the car. So if I remember correctly, he was very poor. His family was very poor. But one day he saw, for the first time, he saw a vehicle. Sorry, I got distracted by the noise. So Honda, the founder of Honda, the car, the billion-dollar company, he didn't start his business with money. He had zero money, but he had an idea. So sometimes people get these ideas of what they want to do from a young age. He was just a small boy when he saw a vehicle for the first time. Hi guys. He saw a vehicle for the first time and he was fascinated. So what happened in his street? So this vehicle was on the street, right? It was passing by. So this young boy, right, he saw the vehicle and he started to chase it. He was so fascinated by it. And that's where his dream started, that he wanted to work with cars. And his desire to work with cars in the shop created the opportunity for him to start his own company with Honda. What I'm saying is, don't wait until you have money to start a business. Get an idea first. What is it you want to do? And then this is the part where I really like, because of the high cost of living, you need to make an extra income. So I always give an example for Zimbabwe, that's my home country, whereby the economy is really bad, there are no jobs. So many people, they live in countries whereby they have to create work for themselves. Sorry, I just have to close. I'm not sure the employment rate, but it's really the unemployment rate, especially in my country, Zimbabwe, it's very, 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 very high. So you have to create your own income. You have to. So how do you do it without money? First, you have to know exactly what you want to do. Okay, my time is up. I'm sleepy. Okay, so I've about 5 minutes before I go. Oh, thank you guys for the likes. I appreciate. Thank you. And don't mind my face. It's nighttime. I was in bed. I just woke up because I couldn't sleep. So I don't have anything. These days I don't do much. I don't do makeup or anything. I'm okay like this. But normally I put eyebrows. Anyways, let's get back to the story. So, if you are really struggling with the high cost of living and you are expecting somebody else to come and rescue you, no one is coming to rescue you. So you have to really, really think of something you really want to do and forget about the money. First of all, you need to find out what is it you really want to do. And then another thing I've realized is, because there are no jobs, especially in Zimbabwe. So today I'm focusing mostly on Zimbabwe, and I'm also talking about Canada. So my point is, the high cost of living is affecting everyone. So what you have to do is, you have to think of something that can make you money, right? Even if you have money, don't spend money on things before you know if there's a market for your business. I did that before, whereby you spend a lot of money printing flyers, website, this and that. You spend maybe $500 and then you are stuck. You have no customers. So you have to learn to find the customers before you start your business. So today's topic is about high cost of living, and no one is going to save you. You cannot rely on the government. You cannot rely on anyone else. You have to rely on God and you, right? So don't wait because you don't have money to start a business. figure out what kind of business you want to do. Once you have figured it out, what you will happen from my own experiences, once you figure out what you want, you begin to mingle with people who has like mind like you. So you network, and when you are network, that can give you the ability to gather resources. That's why, guys, networking is very, 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 very important. So you have an idea of the business you want to do, but you don't have money. So you need to start learning how to network, because when you are networking, you are sharing ideas. You might find somebody who will say, "Oh, wow, I really like your idea. I would like to invest." Welcome, welcome, guys. So what will happen is when you are networking, you will find the right people. I'll give you an example. I was talking to someone in Zimbabwe, right? So she said she's starting a business. And then I began to ask her a question. So she wants to do a business whereby she can make bricks. If you are from Zimbabwe, you know, like Domboshawa, that's one place where there's a lot of building. Like in Domboshawa, there's a lot of building that happens. So she wants to start a building business, like bricks. So I was listening to her and everything. Then I asked her, okay, so if I want to invest in your business, what percentage will I get? My point is, don't wait to start something like a business. Don't wait to do your research. Don't wait to okay, what can I say? Avoid delaying taking the steps you need. Because you don't have the money right now is not the reason why you should not start. So how do you start a business without money? You just have an idea of what you want, and then you find networking events. Let's say, for example, so learn to mingle with people. Don't isolate yourself. So what will happen is, when you mingle with people and you are talking, do you know that there are some people who are in the business of investing in startup businesses? So what they do is they have money and they are looking for people with business ideas. So if their business ideas are profitable and they make sense, people are willing to invest. That's why you have to network, so that you meet the right people. Guys, you meet the right people when you start to network. And when you start to share your story, you might find somebody who says, "Hey, I have money, but I'm looking for businesses to invest in." That's when you pitch in your business. My point is, guys, don't wait to have money to start a business. Business starts in the head, and money will follow. Because if you are sharing and saying, "You know what, I have a business idea, and then somebody's commenting, "I have a business idea," and maybe somebody's looking for somebody with a business idea. Because when it comes to businesses, there are some people, they don't want to be involved in the business. They don't want the day-to-day running of the business. So they choose to invest. And when they invest, what happens is people do a contract. I'll give you an example. Shark Tank, Dragon's Den, whereby, let me see here. Oh, okay, sorry. Hey, good morning. Francisca, good morning, good morning. Yes. So what you need to do is business starts in the head. Don't wait to have money to start. So what will happen is if your business idea, you write it down, you know exactly. And then when people ask you, what is your income projections? That's another thing, because when people are investing in your business, they want to know exactly, one, how much are they going to get, like a percentage. They want to know what percentage are they going to get out of the profits. And then they also want to know how much revenue are you expecting in 12 months. The reason why they do this, they want to see if your business is profitable for them to invest. Because many times people they, what can I say, they start a business without doing the proper numbers. They want to do a business without the proper numbers, and most people, they will fail because they did not do their calculations correctly. They run losses. That's why it's very important. If you have a business idea, you don't have money, you are looking for investors, it's important for you to have all those numbers, so that when somebody is investing, the bottom line is, when people invest, they need to make profit. No one wants to invest money and lose it. That's why I say you don't need money to start a business. You need an idea, and you need to network so that you can meet the right people. The good thing is, when it comes to networking, it's no longer about physical networking. Physical networking is one of the things you can do, but there's social media networking. There are people who found investors online. They connected through online. So I'm going to repeat this. Things are hard. No one is coming to rescue you. You have to depend on God, and you have to depend on yourself, so that you can start doing the things that can help you to make the money. All right, living life, love it. Hi, how are you? Okay, so that's what I wanted to say, is no one is coming to rescue you. And then the other thing is, sometimes we depend so much on other people to help us. What if that person all of a sudden is no more? So we need to learn to stand on our 2 feet. Okay, so like I said, if you have an idea right now, a business idea right now, and you have done your homework, you have done your market research, and you have realized there's a demand, put it on paper, memorize it, so that when you are talking to an investor, they are going to ask you questions. So you have to be on point with your answers, because if you are not on point with your answers, it's difficult for somebody to trust you with their money. Yes, it's difficult for somebody to trust you with their money. So with this high cost of living, you have to figure out, what is it can you do? Some people, they're skilled in physical work. Physical work needs a skill, whether it's cleaning, it's cooking, it's laundry, it's doing, what can I say, building. You know, we call them dagger boys, the helpers, the people who help a builder. You see, people are skilled in so many things. So it can be physical skills, or it can be digital skills. So whatever it is, make sure you sharpen your skill, so that you can start selling your services and start making money. Okay, I have to go. I'm tired. It's bedtime. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like this live stream, If you're watching as a replay, comment replay so that I can thank you. But if you are watching live, thank you, thank you. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, like. Okay, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. So I will see you next time with another topic. So today was the high cost of living, and no one is coming to rescue you. You have to sharpen your skills. You have to sharpen your skills so that you start earning. You have to start creating employment for yourself and others, because if you are waiting for the government to do it for you, sometimes it's not gonna happen. All right, so good morning. Here it's after midnight. I'm going to bed now. I couldn't sleep today, so I thought, oh, I come here. Hi guys, where are you watching from, guys? Where are you watching from? Yes, so like what I was saying is the high cost of living is becoming unbearable, and the sad news is no one is coming to rescue you. You have to rescue yourself. So if you don't have money but you want to start a business, it's possible to start a business without money. Start with an idea. When you get an idea, write it down. Make sure you are able to answer investors' questions so that you can partner with somebody with money and you bring in the labor and the skills. Because there are some people who are making good money by investing in what can I say, startup businesses. So what they will do is they will say, I don't want to be involved in a business like day-to-day running of the business. All I want is to give you the money, you do the work, I make my profit. So make sure you can answer those questions like, okay, so when you're talking to an investor, some of the questions they will ask you is, okay, one, how much revenue do you expect to bring in 12 months? Right? So you have to know those numbers, because the reason why people are investing in your business is because they want to make money. So if they want to make money, they need to make sure that they can trust you. So if they cannot trust you to answer a simple question as how much revenue are you expecting to get in 12 months, then they are not going to invest their money, because they want people who are sharp-minded, people who can answer questions right away. So today I'm just sharing the different types of businesses you can do. So don't let, okay, don't allow not having money distract you, stop you from starting a business. The billion-dollar company Honda started a company with $0. He started the company with an idea. Yes. So he was a young boy. I think he was 16 years old when he left home to go and work at a car shop. But when he arrived, the owner of the car shop thought he was too young and inexperienced, so he made him a house, like a nanny for his child. So my point is, you don't need money to start a business. You need an idea, and then network and find the right people who are going to help you to fund your idea and make it into a business. That's why you find they talk about venture capital, whereby people are making money out of it, investing in startups they believe in, and then they share in the profits. So if you have an idea, I believe that I'm talking to someone right now who has an idea. They've done the market, they've done everything, market research. They know who the ideal client is. They know the clients are there. Everything is set, but they don't have the money. That's when you need to now start utilizing social media. Social media. You can meet somebody who is on the other side of the world. Basically, what it means is social media has allowed us to connect with people worldwide. So if you really have a business idea and everything, you are able to answer the questions, then you need to start networking. You can network in your own country by going to events, but if you cannot afford to travel for events, then you need to network through social media. Do you know somebody in Kenya was discovered by somebody in the USA and they formed a business partnership? So you have to show up, you have to be visible. I'm telling you guys, there are people out there with money, they are looking for people to invest in their businesses. So don't say, oh, I don't have money, so I can't do anything. No. As long as you have an idea, write it down, make connections, I guarantee you, one day you will find somebody who is going to invest in you. So, guys, thank you. Subscribe, like, and share. I'll see you next time.